Ghana really is such a beautiful place. I wish I could capture in the video audio the cock-a-doodle-doos going on in the background, the vibrant music going on in the streets. Like, that's the ocean back there. Where I live in America, I can't see that on the regular. So just to be so close, wow, that's amazing.
I definitely feel like Ghana is safe. I never felt like my life was actually threatened, except for when I got on the trotro. But other than like violence, I don't feel like it's a place that you have to worry about.
Guys, have you been wondering that even with the insecurity, bad belle people are saying Ghana is not safe? Even with that, people are still trooping into Ghana for Dirty December. All right. So this is to let you know that all what you are seeing on the internet is false, okay? I know no country is perfect, but you see this Ghana is almost perfect. Yes, it's almost perfect. So those bad belle people trying to put sand inside the gari, this clean gari that we are seeing in front of us. See, it will not be well with you. That's what I have to tell you. Yes, because there are forces, there are people that are not happy seeing the fact that Ghana is safe. You know, they want to drag Ghana into the mud. Yeah, because their country is not safe. So they want to drag and also put Ghana in that condition, but it will not happen. Yes, of course, you failed already. You have failed already. All right, guys, let's jump into the video, okay, and see how African Americans and other diaspora are coming into Ghana for Dirty December. Let me even shock you, huh? Nigerians are also coming to Ghana for Dirty December. They are coming to Ghana for Dirty December. Guys, before we jump into the video, I would love to apologize for the background noise, okay? Ah, God, I'm tired. This noise, even with this mic, I don't know if this sound is gonna come out like, hey, hi. I'm so sorry about the background noise, guys. Let's get right into the video. And please, at the end of it, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's watch.
Okay, so it's day one in Ghana, and what I will say, when I went to London and where else I went? Toronto this summer, all the locals will always be like, yo, we know y'all American based on the way y'all dress. And I would say, what you mean by that? They'd be like, it's in y'all style and execution. Now that I'm in Ghana, bitch, I can definitely see what they mean. We get out here, we went out tonight, we went to dinner, you know, bar hopping and all that. When I say everybody in pants, like pants, jackets, shirts, shirt jacket, and I'm looking at them like, y'all not hot? And they looking at me like, why the fuck you got shorts on? Cause I read the weather and I was like, oh, okay, shorts should be good. Nah, baby, they're like pants. I seen somebody in a tie and a dress shirt. I'm like, damn. So anyway, welcome to the motherland. We outside. All right, it's day two, and I feel like when we was doing all this prep work for Ghana, nobody talked about how electric the nightlife is. For example, we came out here, and some of these functions, like some of these locations, these brick and mortars, they don't open until 1 a.m. Like open from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. And baby, when I was in London, the girls said, leave your American trauma at home. So unfortunately, if you coming out here thinking that, oh, stuff gonna be popping at midnight, it's not. Mind y'all, we went to dinner around 8 o'clock and been weekend warriors pushing in the streets ever since, all right? Ghana 0, Brandon 1. Leave your foreign trauma at home because, baby, when you come out here, you need to be ready to like get in the field at 1 a.m. and stay out until 6. For people like me who like to go to bed, baby, it's a rough beginning. But to make the nightlife really pop, today I was joined by our girl Penny Proud, who missed her flight yesterday because she did not want to be in the motherland on time.
Wait a minute, this ain't right. We're having fun and our girl Penny isn't here. A moment of silence, please. Here's to our homegirl, Penny Proud, who ain't here. Hey.
She made it, bitch, and we finna take on. Our girl Penny is here. We finna take on day 3. Catch y'all next time.
Delayed, but not denied.
Hey y'all, so there's a topic going around about whether Ghana is safe or not, and I feel like I want to put my little 2 cents on it since I always talk about Ghana, right? Because I traveled there a few times and, you know, my family lives there. So this is the thing. I saw the video of the creator who, you know, talked about how she got robbed by Ghanaian police, and I ran to the comments because I wanted to see I already knew that the Ghanaians was going to flood the comments, and I wanted to see if they were going to Be honest. And of course, sometimes y'all just literally like to gaslight in the comments and just act like people be making this stuff up and pulling it out their ass. But the fact of the matter is Ghana safe? But when it comes to like the petty crimes, this shit is real, okay? First, I'm gonna start off by the police interaction. Police bribery is a whole cultural thing that is done there. Okay, here in America, when a police pulls you over or whatever, they do their investigation, they do their jobs at the end of the day, right? And you either get a ticket or whatever. The only time you could really like pay off a police officer is if you're like some mob boss or something, and that's very rare, right? But the type of interactions that happen with Ghanaian police is wild, and you will feel like you got robbed. It's just not normal for us diasporans, Europeans or whatever, to get pulled over by the police and be harassed essentially for money. And by the end of the interaction, you do feel as if you got robbed. Now, this is not only Americans or people of different nationalities that this happens to. This actually happens to Ghanaians as well. So the fact that y'all getting in the comment trying to make it seem like it's this big conspiracy, and we're trying to show hate on the country, it's like, come on, like, be for real. And the second thing is the ethics. Okay, recently, I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but my last trip, we had a service worker come in to fix plumbing in our place, and he stole my grandmother's wedding ring. There's been plenty of times where shit has just been stolen from me. And so it's like, yeah, petty crimes happen all the time, to the point where Ghanaians don't even trust other Ghanaians. Like, I used to think my husband was so paranoid. He used to be like, hold your phone tight, like, seriously, hold your phone tight. And I would be like, what, are they gonna snatch it out my hand? And he's like, yes, they'll snatch it out your hand. So that's just shit that we're not used to. Like, yeah, New York City, Atlanta, whatever, you have certain places where you got to keep your head on a swivel, but it's not like in Ghana. In Ghana, it's a whole nother level. Like, you can't trust no one. No family, like, no one. You can't trust nobody. If you have personal belongings that you treasure and that you keep dear to your heart, don't even bring them to Ghana, to be quite honest. I was devastated, and it still makes me upset to this day, because this person has no idea what that ring meant to me. They probably just looked at me and assumed, hey, she got it. She lives in America. I'm going to take her ring, not even knowing that that has so much sentimental value to me. And the fact of the matter is, I should have never even took it off, right? But I took it off for whatever reason, not even remembering where the fuck I was at, and it was stolen from me. My cell phone was stolen from me when I was living in Ghana before. Like, literally took it out my hands. You know what I'm saying? So this whole idea that there's like this major conspiracy against Ghana, and they don't want people traveling to Ghana, so they're making up all these, like, let's be so for real. Like, there is a lot of petty theft that happens in Ghana, and it's so frustrating, right? Because literally, I can leave my phone in the bathroom at Starbucks in some communities, not all communities, but in some communities, I can leave my phone and I'll come back and my phone will be right there. Or somebody will bring it to the front office or whatever, or the lost and found. No, you need to know that that'll never be the case when you go to Ghana. So let's keep it a buck, y'all. Like, is Ghana safe? Yes, Ghana is safe. But we know the struggle is real. Like, I'm not even hating on it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, sometimes stealing somebody's phone might be whether you eat or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really tough out there for some people like that. So, you know, I get it a little bit, but like, come on, y'all gotta stop gaslighting in the comments, like, for real.
Ghana really is such a beautiful place. I wish I could capture in the video audio the cock-a-doodle-doos going on in the background, the vibrant music going on in the streets. Like, that's the ocean back there. Where I live in America, I can't see that on the regular. So just to be so close, wow, that's amazing. But it's so much history and culture here. Just learning in my first 48 hours that Ghana was one of the first countries in West Africa to gain their independence, not to mention their independence from the Brits. But Ghana really is that girl, inspiring those around them to get their independence too. Just, wow. And honestly, it's not lost on me that the ancestors, the American ancestors, they was taken by force to get to America. They went over there by boat, held in captivity. Baby, coming here, we flew in a nice plane, you know, eating some good food. We came here by choice to see the motherland, to reconnect, to be in the spirit, to eat good, to learn something, to live life, and see another continent. So it's definitely a blessing to be here. Glad to be here. Excited to see what the week brings. So we're gonna keep learning. We're gonna keep turning the city up. And as the girls on TikTok said, you ain't come here to go to sleep. You need to get in the field at 10 p.m. and you need to stay out until 10 a.m. So the sun is risen. Amen. And so is he. Hallelujah.
Okay, y'all, get ready to travel together with me. Yeah! Okay, so we have our carry-on. There's 2 luggages over there. Or you got 2 in the car. You got to get the carry-ons and the other luggages in the car. So it's go time. Okay, voice over there, but you know with 3 months. I have to come on. You could didi what another broken egg breakfast place. I had you through airport. I could weigh bags now. You could check in on the trap. It just said like, most of my bags no. Okay, bags no need to go no. Aha. Na me browse me walk it and walk. Airports no more, and I'm catching my mom and say, "Oh, wave the camera now." And so, "Mama, wave, okay." Aha, you go to TSA 4 no. TSA line ne wa papa like line no wa papa, but it was okay. It drew on ma na stop aba, but na menti efemo. Aha, me nancy me come gates, and I come to me, so I went and go and get some food. And then, and I'm say, Mammy Chebby, yeah, Nancy Echo, plane no more for Washington. And when I hear transit, no, Mr. Mammy Tremor, and I'm say, hi guys, hello. Aha, Washington Airport, yeah, for the plane Accra. Hey, Nipa Echo Ghana Dawson. Like, what? Like, seriously. Aha, yeah, got snap plane no more. And I'm say, let me watch my favorite movie. Hocus Pocus is one of my favorite, what's my called movies? Halloween movies. And say, I have my chef. And hey, I feel you to Ghana. And sure, was I growing, boy. And the airport traffic, no, dear, is horrible. Yeah, but Ghana, like, how can you tell me this story? I have this, a bit of scenery, So, yeah, I'm quite so fear to it. You better feel it's you. It's your air to giddy, rattle. To be booty, but Miss me pay. When it rains, it's because Jina bon saying called checky breeze na kakra and na ECG 4G on my lights. All about you on my lights, so but that's the first kind of vlog. See you in the next one.
Mama's home.
Yes, you heard that right. Mama's home after 1 month of being in the States for Thanksgiving and to visit family. Oh, and to try and make some dirty December money. I'm finally headed back to Ghana. Once I saw that it was starting to snow, I knew that was my time to go. So I ended up taking United as I usually do. And I just want to say, I know a lot of people don't believe in doing skincare on the flight, and I get it because y'all know, like, it's just recycled air that's being pushed around on a 10-hour flight. But hear me out. I cannot stand to come off of a flight and my skin be extremely dry and start breaking out because of that dry air. So yeah, I do a little bit of skincare. It's just a little moisturizer, some spray, some lip stuff, and some eye cream. That's it. So yeah, I finally touched down in Ghana. And instantly I just turned into a happy person. Like, I don't know what it is, but if you are like me and you go back and forth from the States to Ghana, y'all know what it's like once you get back to Ghana. It's just different. Like, suddenly life is worth living again.
Mama's home.
So good to be back in my neighborhood.
I just know my man was so tired of me today because I kept making him record me. I was just in such a good mood. So yeah, we headed straight to Post Fitness. So we're hosting a wellness day party. And so I just wanted to come do some walkthroughs and chat with the general manager, Frank, who is helping us to organize the event. And as you can see, we want to make sure that we have everything that we need for our attendees. We're having step aerobics, we're doing Pilates. We have paddle open play going on. We have water aerobics going on. And it's just so many things. So yeah, just meeting with the team, meeting some of the instructors, and just getting ready for the event. I'm super excited about it. And if you don't know about it, please follow us on Wellness Day Party GH. We will be having live DJ sets all day, and it's my first event, so I hope you guys can support.
We're in Ghana. Akaba, Adaba, Asaba, Shalaba.
Wow, sister.
Are you Ghanaian?
Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian.
You're Ghanaian?
Yeah, you too. Are you a Ghanaian?
I'm Ghanaian. Are you Ghanaian? We're all Ghanaian. I speak to me.
Akwaba.
Apoma is his name. His name is Apoma.
Apoma. Jesus what?
Yeah.
Jesus what? Jesus what? For Ghana here, Jesus no sweat you.
In Ghana, Accra.
Yeah, hi Ghana, Accra.
Again, Ghana, Accra. In Accra.
Yeah.
In
Kwame. Jesus sweat, he will sweat. You know what count the sweat. If you are not, with what meat? What is the apple? Apple is bread.
Airport.
Chop apple. But today I will chop apple. And you too, I will give you for free.
Free?
Not key.
I said trade?
Key.
Trade.
Key.
Fair.
Yeah, you know the spellings.
You know, say money not be problem.
Yeah, money may be problem. How are you?
Me good. Me good, my brother.
No, so me how you?
Say money not be problem. You know, say money not be problem. You don't feed me things. How many things you have? How many food?
We have the food.
You have the food.
And
Look at the market. You have the market.
watch it before.
The farmer in
Yeah, Kwame
Ghana.
Nkrumah, the first president of Republic of Ghana.
Yes, the first president.
Yeah.
I know him.
He's our legend president.
Okay.
We love him so much.
We love him, oh. We really love him.
We love him.
Salama.
You know the best food of Ghana?
What's the best food?
The best food of Ghana?
Tell me.
Okay, that has his own best
Oh,
food.
really? Oh, really?
So I must-
Kwame?
yeah,
Really, Kwame?
yeah.
You mean this thing?
Yeah.
You First of all, go down low. Go down low. First of all, go down low. Go down low. Go down low. First of all, go down low. In the Kwame Nkrumah, go down low. First of all, go down low. You gonna go down low. First of all, go down low. Go down low. First of all, go down low. Go down low. Go down low. Go down low.